Hi today from Milet in Turkey, from the Greek ancient town of Miletos. Today I will be telling you about very important thing in life and business, and you will see an example of that here in Milet. See you after the break. Hi again, behind me you can see the theater of the ancient city of Miletos. Capacity roughly 15,000 people, Greek origin, then extended, completed by Romans. For many years, up to 6th century BC, Miletos was the largest city in the world, in the ancient world, over 100,000 inhabitants. And it was due to a very good position at the sea, with a good sea access, strategically placed, and of course a lot of trade, a lot of business was taking place here. When you visit the ruins of the city, you will notice how much wealth there was. The baths, the agora, the gymnasium, also the harbor, everything was on the top level of that time. Of course, sewage system, of course, water supply, and so on and so on. But what happened in the city? The river of Meander that comes here from the mountains brought a lot of sand with it, and with time it covered all the access to the sea with sand, and Miletos or Milet lost connection to the sea and lost its wealth together with other cities, Heracleum and Pyrne, that are at the same bay, so to say. And these great ancient Greek cities, later also Roman cities, they lost their function, they lost the importance, and yeah, and then also, you know, in the areas, in the wet areas that remained after the sea, there were a lot of mosquitoes. Of course, diseases came with that and spread, and this meant the end of the habitation here, so the cities were abandoned, and so on and so on. But during the development of Miletos, it was a very strategic city, and it changed the rulers, or it belonged to different countries, different kingdoms, different alliances, and was occupied, burned several times, rebuilt, re-inhabited again and again. But one thing that we learn here, and this is typical for ancient times, is that the lifespan of people in ancient times was very low. So it was roughly 18 years, the life expectancy. Only 18 years. It doesn't mean they were only young people, of course they were older people, but the death rate among the babies was very high, and also later the diseases spread quickly. So when you were 40 and you didn't live an extremely cautious life, you were considered an old person already. You were up to die in the next years. So there were also some older people, but the thing is, people were more aware in that times that everything passes. Their life was a short span of time, and here in Miletos you can see that everything, even the largest city of ancient times at that time, passed away. I mean, even that passed, and it's not longer existent, and everything has fallen apart. And people in the ancient times, they realized that. But the fact that they lived shorter times doesn't mean that they achieved less during their lifespan. They realized how short the life is, and they just you know the saying Memento Mori. So they realized the proximity of death, or the possibility of death, and how short life is, and they just took action and achieved more, even more than we achieve. So for example, here in the town of Milet, there were many historical persons that we know today. For example, the Thales of Milet, or Thales of Miletos, one of the first mathematicians. You certainly learned at school about the law of Thales, but also he was the first scientist. He developed a scientist method. He started thinking about the events, the phenomenons, the physical phenomenons, trying to explain them with natural causes and not as it was before with supernatural powers, and tried to describe and explain the reality. And he founded a school of thought, a philosophical school that was continued by other very famous Greek scientists from Thales. So I think this is the lesson we learn here from Milet. Memento Mori, remember, everything is temporary, everything will pass away. Even your life is a short span, it will end at some time, and use the moment to achieve as much as possible. And people in the ancient time, they achieved so much. I mean, we are full of awe when we saw the buildings, the accomplishments, the works of poetry, of theater plays, and you know, the ideas, the philosophic ideas, also the scientific achievements, astronomy, and so on and so on. And in our times, the people who achieve the most successful entrepreneurs like Steve Jobs, they get up, look at mirror, and say to themselves, Memento Mori. This is one of the I think this was a life motto of Steve Jobs, who revolutionized 4 industries, and we still use products developed by him, or the next versions of these products and the services. So this is the advice I'm giving to you today. This is the lesson I took away here from Miletos. If you like this video, give me a thumb up. If you haven't, thumb down. Subscribe if you haven't. Share this video with your loved ones, with your friends. One day they will thank you for that. I talk here a lot about how to do great, impossible things in life and business, how the best entrepreneurs in our times, and also the best people, the most successful people in ancient times thought and lived. And I talk about money, about economy, I talk about cryptocurrency. So if you like this video, you will certainly like my other videos. I invite you to watch them. That's it for today from Miletos, ancient town of Miletos. I wish you a fantastic day. Let's do something extraordinary today.